Today I want to go ahead and check out the world's best football fans or soccer fans. They're called ultras in Europe.
Yeah, fuck you, wanker! Fuck you wanker!
Now, I've been a professional player here in America for over 10 years. But I'll be honest, I'm not sure if our fans can compete with the European fans and ultras. And I know there's a huge online debate going on about who's got the better fans, Americans or Europeans, and we're going to go ahead and put that argument to rest today. All right, obviously I am American, so I'm a bit biased, but you guys might be surprised on what my real feelings are on this. Crazy some of those clips. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I mean, the thing is, Celtic, they've got that rivalry with Rangers. It goes so much deeper than just the football rivalry. I mean, it is literally like a societal rivalry that's gone on for years, hundreds of years now at this point. It's hard to compete with that as Americans, considering our history is only about 250 years old. Yeah, Olympique Marseille, this is in France. And that's the thing, I could totally see one of these drunk idiots just doing something super stupid, because the thing is, it's essentially a blood feud. There's some cultural feud that plays into it, so it's not just about the actual game. When you're making comparisons to teams like Celtic and Rangers, it's literally even a religious blood feud, which adds another level on top of it. You're not going to get that American soccer where some Joe Schmo just popped up some new club right down the street that you've never heard of, and they're like, oh, come out to the game for 15, 20 bucks and watch us kick the ball around. It's like, there's no history there. There's no like grand slight that's gone on. And I think that's what really plays into these like European fans and ultras. I mean, it is literally a battle for culture almost every time they come out and play one of their rivals. I mean, obviously, it's absolutely terrifying to play against a team that has that kind of fan support, but having that type of fan support behind you, though, oh my gosh, you feel like you can run through a daggone brick wall. Another thing too is all these European fans, there are absolutely crazy, but they've all kind of got their own flavor and attitude too. I've heard that like Italian ultras and fans, they're actually a lot more involved in the team, can almost like make decisions or pressure the managers and the players to do certain things or make certain decisions. You get to like the Eastern Europeans, like they'll literally like fight anybody. They will absolutely like kill you if you piss them off or you say the wrong thing or anything like that. Like, there's just different styles that go with the culture wherever you're playing it. I just think that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, now that brings me back to when I played against West Ham United back when I made my actual pro debut, and that was insane. They brought probably 2,000 fans with them, and that was pretty much exactly what it looked like. They were just all lined up right behind me here in my goal. Oh my gosh, they were hurling some of the worst insults about my mother, about my family. They were throwing toilet paper at me on the field, and I wouldn't say that's the worst crowd I've ever been in front of. Fans were abusing my family and all this crap, and it's like that was the worst incident. But like as far as getting used and abused on the field, nothing worse than when we played against West Ham United. Germans are like, let's burn this stadium down. Isn't it Borussia Dortmund who's got that wall that's just like fans all the way up into the stadium rafters? Super crazy, super intimidating. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy to see that fan design. I don't even know how they're doing it. I think they drop it down from the rafters actually, because our fans used to do that. Our ultras used to do that at Tampa Bay and North Carolina quite a bit. Obviously, they weren't to this this size though. This proportion. This is absolutely insane. And then they've even got 1944. I just saw here at the bottom. I'm assuming this is during World War II. I'm not an expert on the Warsaw Uprising, but yeah, this is pretty crazy. Crazy to see. I wonder if they're playing a German team. That would be that'd be even crazier there. Dude, that's the thing too, is I absolutely love how European ultras and fans, like, they are not afraid to make a political statement. In America, even though we've got the First Amendment, I can remember quite a few times where unless you are politically correct enough, aka you're saying the politics that the higher ups agree with, like they will not allow any kind of political messages, at least in the leagues that I played in for the USL, sometimes even in the MLS. But yeah, this is crazy. They're obviously talking a bunch of crap to FIFA here, or the UEFA board. Yeah, look at the lead ultras hyping them up there in the front. Those guys are the most nuts. I've seen videos of these top flights when fans do this stuff where they've actually collapsed. Hate to see that. these Eastern European fans, they do not mess about. I mean, look at this. Good Lord. It looks like a war party. I've seen enough of these fireworks, too. I know how these stadiums start getting burnt down to the ground. Good Lord. I don't know how this isn't already on fire. I don't know if they're holding up flares or what they're doing. I'm just going to go ahead and give the game away. You are not going to see this in the professional soccer ranks here in America. It just isn't there. You'll get some kind of crazy people that'll do some crazy stuff, but it's like, it's not something where like the entire city is fully immersed in it. I will say this though, where you do get these type of fans at, might be surprising. Anybody that isn't American hears this, is actually in college football games. And the reason for that is because there's that cultural aspect to it, right? I'm from Ohio, and the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry, you will see people getting in fights. I have family members that are on opposite sides of the coin that will literally get in fist fights and not speak to each other because the game didn't turn out how they liked or somebody said something not nice to them. That's because 60 years ago or something like that, there was a battle between Michiganders and Ohioans that resulted in a bunch of deaths, and that literally has translated all the way to that big rivalry and feud. These colleges have been around for hundreds of years now at this point. People have grown up, gone to that school, their kids have gone to their alma mater, so there's that deep visceral reaction. Don't mess with the Serbs, man. The Serbians. Whether they're a player or a fan. Any Serbian player I've ever played against, oh my gosh, they are so hard-nosed. They do not mess about. Was that a cannon? A daggone gunshot? That's the big thing that a lot of Americans really don't understand. I've had a few teammates that at one point have played. One of my roommates played in Croatia. I had another guy that played in Norway, I believe. I played in Norway. His name was Billy. I'm not going to give his last name. When I played with him, he had actually just come back from Europe. He told me the reason for that was because they played a game where they lost 3-0 to their rivals. They couldn't leave the locker room for 8 hours because of security concerns, because there were death threats against the players. He wasn't really made for all that. hopefully I don't give away his identity, but he was supposed to go #1 overall in the MLS draft, decided to go to Europe instead. That was one of the worst decisions he could have ever made because he was not prepared for that level of just pressure and scrutiny. Yep, and here you go. Even though I just mentioned Norway, you wouldn't think that fans would be issuing death threats to guys in a nice country like the Nordic countries, but it's like, dude, no. It's everywhere there. Everywhere. They've all got a reason to be bought in. Germany's definitely where I would have preferred to play. I was working on it, had an offer from Kaiserslautern at one point when I was younger, about 2021. Didn't work out because I couldn't get my visa. I'm German, and so it almost worked out. Basically, I missed the cutoff by like 7 years when my grandparents came over, but I mean, I love the German culture, and like I think they've got a good balance where they're real hardcore about, you know, their fans and their football, but they respect the sport and they're willing to develop it. I think there's even a few clubs in Germany where the fans have like bought into shares for the club, and I can't remember what team is. Maybe someone can put it in the comments, and maybe I'm not even in the right country, but I just think that's a fairly cool concept, just like a publicly traded company. And that way, the fans actually have a say in the direction of the club. I mean, they're the ones supporting it monetarily, so that's cool. This guy holding him up. He's like, don't fall. Tell you what, I'm getting hyped from hearing these cheers. It's bringing back flashbacks and memories. All right, y'all, so that's all we've got for the video. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.